Hello, good afternoon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Scott Monroe. Um, I am doing a quick short review of yesterday evening's Roma win at the San Siro. Roma went to Milan to take on Inter on the Sunday evening, early evening kickoff in Serie A in week 8, and managed to come away with the 3 points. I think it's the first time Roma have actually won in Milan at the San Siro against Inter since the 2016-17 season, when Nainggolan scored 2 goals in February 2017 in that crazy Roma season where they had the team to win trophies but came short. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. I managed to miss 10 minutes of this game, the first 10 minutes, because I was coming out of the county ground. I was at Swindon 1, Northampton 2. The less we talk about that, the better. Swindon's 3-game winning streak is now over, and that was our first defeat since the opening day of the season. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about Roma's win in Milan yesterday evening. So I watched the first from 10 minutes to 40 minutes on my phone via a wonderful website which starts with a H and ends in goals.com. A very good streaming site for where people can watch their football. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I managed to watch it on the phone while on the bus coming back from the county ground while stuck in the wonderful Swindon traffic. I started watching it straight as Edin Dzeko scored after 10 minutes, which was then cancelled by VAR. Inter played really well in the first half. Roma struggled. Uh, Roma struggled with the patterns of play and the battle in the midfield, which we always talk about on the Magicast podcast, where Roma struggle against teams who play 3v2. So Matic and Cristante were the two up against Barella, Chanaloglu, and Alsani, and they overrun the midfield in for majority part of the first half and created a lot of chances. And the goal did come, and it was expected, with Federico Di Marco scoring from close range, just outside the box, stabbed home with his right foot, and it totally flat-footed Rui Patricio, who was at fault for the goal. And then, for some apparent reason, Roma started to play football and looked good chasing. There seems to me this season that Roma actually come into the game where they actually chase and do pretty well. They've done it a couple of times this season against Juventus and yesterday, where they chase and actually look quite good. And had a couple of chances before they scored. Leonardo Spinazzola done well while breaking down the left past Dumfries. It looked like a foul as Dumfries' boot actually come off his foot, and Handanovic made a good double save to deny Spinazzola and then Dybala. And then Dybala scored with 6 minutes remaining in the first half. A good ball in from the left, which left Dybala unmarked just at the back post, which volleyed home. But Samir Handanovic should have done a lot better with the goalkeeper, and he parried it into the back of the net. And I'm not surprised that some Inter fans are calling him to be replaced by Onana. Onana did play in the Champions League game against Bayern Munich, I think it was, in September. It was so going in at 1-1 at halftime. I would have taken that after Inter dominated the first half, but Roma actually played pretty well in the second half. For like the first 15, 20 minutes, they actually caused Inter a lot of problems, pinned them back. Didn't really create that much. Tammy Abraham came on for Dybala as Dybala went off injured. I hope it's precautionary because he's needed in the games coming up against Real Betis, Lecce, and the second Real Betis game. And I think Roma got Sampdoria as well, and like a 4-game span in 2 weeks. So we need that, or we need Paulo Dybala back. He played well yesterday in fits and starts. Oh God, broken English, Scott. He played well after his injury layoff against Atalanta. So then Inter came into the game, had a couple of good chances. Chanaloglu hit the crossbar with a free kick, which left Rui Patricio flat-footed. There were some very interesting refereeing decisions from Davide Massa, sorry. Refereeing performances in Serie A this season have been pretty poor. And Massa seemed to lose the plot in the second half. It's not the first time I've seen him a poor refereeing display. The decision to give the free kick to Gianluca Mancini for Roma's second goal was a bit questionable. It was 6 and one and half a dozen the other, but what a free kick by Lorenzo Pellegrini to Chris Smalling to the back post, and he headed home. Smalling was the hero. He's been fantastic this season for Roma, and it's a little bit baffling that he's not been in the frame for an England call up. It's even more baffling that Tomori doesn't get picked because Tomori has been one of the best defenders for AC Milan in the last 18 months, and he won Serie A last season, and that's baffling that he's not in. And it's quite weird that Smalling doesn't get called up because he's been Roma's one of Roma's best players. He was outstanding yesterday. He made a crucial block in added time, which I think it was a free kick to the back post, and one of the Inter players headed it across goal, and Smalling was there. If he wasn't there, it would have been 2-2. Roma managed to grind out the rest of the game. There was a bit of, I would say, shithousery when Tammy Abraham slid in to win the ball and absolutely wiped out Maddie Camera. And it wasn't even a head injury. A massive stop play, which caused a little bit of carnage and a little bit of chaos right near the end. But that was a massive win. 8 games into the season, it elevated Roma into the top four, I think it was, until Lazio won this morning. They defeated Spezia 4-0. Udinese are playing tomorrow evening. They've got Hellas Verona and who are struggling at the moment. So Roma are in the top six. There's a gap between Inter and Roma, which is quite healthy. Napoli are flying at the moment. Atalanta are second, and Udinese could go second if they win tomorrow against Hellas. But the win was needed after a bit of an inconsistency in the last couple of games, especially away at Udinese and the Atalanta defeat at home. I was really impressed with Smalling. I think he was my man of the match yesterday. Head and shoulders the best player on the pitch. It gives Roma a lot of confidence going into the doubleheader against Real Betis. And then the Lecce game next Sunday evening, which at home against a promoted side that have done okay this season in Serie A. But yeah, massive 3 points yesterday. I didn't want to waffle on for about 10-15 minutes. I thought it was just come on, do a quick little 7 to 8 minute video. I will probably be back Wednesday to do a preview of the game against Real Betis in the Europa League, and I will probably come back Friday evening to do a review, and then Saturday evening to do a preview for the Lecce game because I'm at Stephen in Swindon next Saturday evening. Another away game following Swindon in League Two. But that's enough from me. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and ciao for now.